Rita Williams-Garcia's young adult novel, Clayton Byrd Goes Underground, 2017, earned recognition as a finalist for the National Book Award. Williams-Garcia herself is a distinguished recipient of the Newbery Honor Award, Coretta Scott King Award, and Scott Odell Award for Historical Fiction. Young Clayton Byrd shares a deep passion for playing blues music with his grandfather, Cool Papa, and other musicians in the park. Clayton's instrument of choice is the harmonica, while his grandfather skillfully strums the electric guitar. Clayton yearns for a solo performance, but Cool Papa, in his wisdom, insists that Clayton isn't quite ready. Following their park jam sessions, Clayton and Cool Papa return home, where Cool Papa serves as Clayton's primary caregiver. He prepares meals for Clayton and reads bedtime stories to him. Meanwhile, Juanita Byrd, Clayton's mother, toils tirelessly at her job in the hospital, resulting in minimal interaction with her son. Juanita strongly disapproves of Clayton's involvement in blues music and harbors resentment toward Cool Papa for his frequent absences during her upbringing. Her demanding job further strains her relationship with Clayton. Tragically, Cool Papa passes away during the night, and Clayton discovers his grandfather's lifeless body. At Cool Papa's funeral, Juanita adamantly prohibits the playing of blues music, preventing Clayton from performing a solo tribute to his beloved grandfather. When Cool Papa's bandmates spontaneously start a song in his honor, Juanita physically restrains Clayton from joining them. Subsequently, Juanita decides to sell all of Cool Papa's guitars. This leads to a bitter argument between Clayton and his mother, during which Clayton is unkind to her during dinner. Back at school after the funeral, Clayton struggles to engage with his classmates, finds it challenging to sing, and is assigned the same book that his grandfather had read to him the night before he passed away. Unable to concentrate, Clayton eventually falls asleep in class. Concerned about his academic performance, Juanita decides to keep him home from school for a few days. However, she forbids him from playing the harmonica, further deepening their strained relationship. Juanita takes Clayton to church to seek counsel from Pastor Early. Pastor Early offers advice to Clayton, but it falls on deaf ears. He then expresses a desire to see both Juanita and Clayton together. During this time, Clayton reflects on his father, whom he rarely sees due to his separation from his mother. Upon returning to school, Clayton makes a determined effort to stay awake, but continues to doze off whenever the teacher reads his grandfather's cherished book. Juanita insists that Clayton must exert himself to achieve success and accuses him of using Cool Papa's death as an excuse. She even goes so far as to banish blues music from their home. Frustrated and feeling misunderstood, Clayton makes the decision to run away. In the subway, Clayton encounters a group of boys who earn a living by busking and decides to join them with his harmonica. Initially, he finds joy in this newfound companionship, but the boys eventually steal his money and coerce him into working for them. One of the boys appropriates Clayton's precious pork pie hat, a memento from his grandfather, and refuses to return it. Clayton values the hat more than the money and decides to stay with the boys until he can retrieve it. Their venture takes a dangerous turn when the police arrive, prompting Clayton to flee down a subway tunnel, narrowly avoiding a collision with a train. He manages to escape with the Buskers, but decides it's time to return home. However, the boys demand that he play with them one more time before relinquishing his hat. As they start playing on the subway, the police board the train and apprehend all of them. Initially, Clayton is about to be released with a warning, but when the police realize his bag contains no school books, they decide to arrest him as well. Amidst teasing from the other boys, Clayton begins to cry, and he's taken to jail. If no one arrives to collect him by 9 p.m., he will be sent to a juvenile detention center. Juanita eventually arrives to retrieve Clayton. He reclaims his hat and harmonica, but Juanita threatens to discard them. Their exchange escalates into a heated argument, touching on Juanita's feelings toward her father and her perceived negligence regarding his belongings after his passing. Upon returning home, Juanita contacts Clayton's father, Albert. Aware of his impending departure to live with his father, Clayton begins packing his belongings. During this emotionally charged moment, Juanita candidly admits that both of them are grappling with the pain of Cool Papa's passing, but are unable to communicate their feelings to each other. During the journey to Albert's house, Clayton and his father engage in a conversation about Clayton's emotions and Juanita's complex relationship with Cool Papa. This discussion helps them better understand one another. Eventually, Clayton returns to school and successfully navigates his classes without succumbing to drowsiness. Upon returning home, he discovers that Juanita has repurchased one of Cool Papa's guitars, intending to save it so that Clayton can learn to play it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.